watched you being dragged through the mud and the fire at your job, in your friendships, in your marriages, in the workplace, in the boardroom, in the hospital, in your school, in your church, in the media, even in your own home by your husband, your wife, or your children, other relatives. No one can really understand how truly difficult your life was at the time because they had no reference point. They didn't live and have to go through what you went through. They understood it intellectually, but not deeply, not emotionally. Many of them have watched other friends deal with cancer and illnesses they've never even heard of, can't pronounce, deaths of beloved children and spouses, long-term caregiving of parents, loss of homes, they've lost businesses, they've lost jobs, they've lost careers, and deeply painful divorces. Now everyone must understand. Now everyone must understand that no one is immune to these things happening. It can happen to anyone, nor should they be. In my own life, I wouldn't trade any of my dark nights. Not one of them. Only to the extent that we expose ourselves to destruction can that which is indestructible be found in us. Make sure you get this. Only to the extent that we expose ourselves to destruction can that which is indestructible be found in us. The only way out is through, which is kind of like a birth or even a rebirth. It's a path to a more meaningful life. Though it may not feel that way at the time, it's a path to the second half of the life that's even deeper and about tuning out some of the noise of the outside world and listening to that inner voice in the quiet of a dark night. Before I give you any more motivation and encouragement, listen, please take a moment to support this channel and its work by subscribing, comment below, and share this with someone who may be struggling, someone that this can help right now. Share this, subscribe to this channel, and give this to someone else as I'm giving it to you. Now let's go on. Imagine the process of starting that new career that we talked about in our last Motivation 101, things that we should do right now video. Imagine the process of starting that new career, that side business, that new business as your journey. Perhaps as you embark on that new venture, you have a roadmap, you have some books, you have a business plan, or even a trusted mentor, or in most cases like myself, maybe you don't. Maybe you just plunge into the business or your coursework or your schoolwork in order to find it out along the way. In either case, it's almost certain that you will reach points in that process where you will feel lost. The plan isn't working like you would have thought it would. Your plan feels remote and confusing. Your hard work just doesn't seem to be working out, and you're working as hard as you can. It's just not working. No matter how hard you try, you aren't making enough to support your business. Employees aren't flourishing. Your clients are not coming in soon enough. The phone's not ringing off the hook, or you can't handle demand, or there's no or little demand. Your mapper instincts become a labyrinth or maze. So those things you thought would guide you no longer guide you because now you're lost. The self-help books, the guidebooks of business, the things you should do business 101 websites aren't helping you anymore. Now you're on your own. You've started this venture and you're on your own and now you're lost. Basically, you're left to ponder the things I thought. What was I thinking? Why did I even think this was a good idea for me? How were others able to do this? Because I'm just failing at it. Do I really belong in this space? Or am I just an imposter? Do I not belong? It's just like if you get into your college of your choice, your school, your trade school of your choice, even medical students, pharmacy school, dental school. You get in, and to your right is the valedictorian of this school. To your left is a National Honor Scholar. Every other week, it seems like they're holding up a paper proudly saying, God, I made another A, while you put yours deeply into your book bag, knowing that you barely skated by with a C. And that your total grade is going to depend on that final exam. And you're always up against studying your hardest, those late nights, those early mornings, not going to the parties, missing birthdays, missing your relationship, missing dates, missing birthdays, missing holidays. And you still aren't seeing the fruit bear. Even though your tree, you feel you are doing everything you could to keep it alive. At these times, you're tempted to just give up. But I'm here to tell you, don't. Don't give up. Giving up doesn't get you out of that situation. Rather, it only allows you to avoid that journey that you must undergo. That's why we have those sleepless nights. That's why we're up. You're still going to be up. You're hurting already. You've already given it all. You've given your time. You've given your emotions, your work, your sweat, your tears to it. You might as well get something from it. So don't give up. That won't get you out of the situation. It won't nourish that burning fire in your spirit for something else. Don't give up. It doesn't get you out. Rather, it only allows you to avoid that particular journey. Or so you think. It still exists. And by quitting, you create just a shadow in your spirit. Your story will be unfulfilled potential that looms over you like a ghost. And the rest of your life, you will feel like, what if? Why didn't I just keep going? Why didn't I just try? One door slam, there was a door next to it. Why did I not try to open it? Why didn't I dig a little bit instead of saying, hey, this hole is deep enough? Other people were able to find gold in just a couple of scoops, but I've been digging all day, and the next day, and the next day. Now I'm dirty. My knuckles are bleeding. Getting dirt and mud in my eye, and I can't dig any deeper. What should I do? Open that door. Try just a little harder. Dig a little deeper. When they say no, you keep going. Find the next person and the next person. Because that potential will loom over you and you will never forget. The only way out is through. The only way out is through. The only way out is through. You have to push yourself through your feelings of self-doubt. You have to push yourself through the ambiguities and unknowns of the future. You don't know what's going to happen, but you have to push yourself past that I don't know. Push yourself through the hard work of studying while everyone else is sleeping. Of networking in spaces where you feel like you're not wanting to even be in the room. Pressing forward when all the other odds are against you. Push yourself through the hard work of studying while everyone else is sleeping, waking up before everyone else is awake. Networking in spaces where you don't feel like you're even desired in that space. Pressing forward against although the odds are against you. Rather than quitting, take the opposite approach. Go deeper into your work. Read even more. Retool. Re-energize yourself. Refit yourself. Get in shape physically, mentally, and emotionally. And get ready to fight. Get ready to push. Because they may be ready to go 10 rounds with you. But you're a champion. And the championship rounds are won in rounds 11 and 12. This is where you must be fit to deal with adversity. This is where most people are tired. This is where they do give up. Don't let that be. If you go through the process, you will find your way out. So you must go through it. Vince Lombardi Jr., wrote a quote. He said the difference between a successful person and others is not a lack of strength, is not a lack of knowledge, but it's rather a lack of will. So we must think that we must outwill the people beside us or in front of us, or the people that own the keys to that door, own the keys to that lock, own the key to your success. You must outwill them. You can't outmuscle them. You can't just fight them. You can't push your way or bulldoze your way through. You must outwill them. That means when you hear no, you go to the next person, go to the next thing, go to the next person that can give you the right answer. And it doesn't have to be you do them all in one day. Come back the next day, the next week, the next month, but keep coming back. I'm gonna tell you, every journey has its twists and turns. You may not be able to see where you're heading all the time around the next turn. You won't see, it's dark, it's a corner. But the fact is, there still is a path to success, and that path is gonna be your story. The same way that I'm telling my story today, you're gonna be able to tell your story one day. And I'm gonna tell you, keep following it, stay the course, because the only way out